a part of this pitch today. Means a lot to me, definitely. Yes, of course, Skippi Ice Pops, before you guys ask or think about it, we are the brand on Shark Tank Season 1. We were the first brand to actually receive the investment from all the 6 sharks. Of course, Piyush Bansal was not a part of that evening shoot, but later on he came on board. So we are the first brand to have all the 6 sharks investing in our startup here. Let me quickly run you through my pitch deck, and maybe after I finish the pitch deck, I don't know how the format is, but I believe that after the pitch deck, we will be open for a Q&A session, if that's the way it is, and I'll be able to answer the questions there. Is that how it is?
Yeah, just to give you more clarity on that, I would request all the investors to put in their questions on the chat box, and we'll be taking up questions one by one. I'll be repeating the questions so that it remains in the recording, and Ravi, you'll be happy to answer that, I believe.
Sure.
Okay, Ravi, go ahead.
All right, I'll just share my screen now for my pitch deck. All right, I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, Ravi, it's visible.
Awesome. So I'm going to run you through the pitch deck. Firstly, let me tell you about what Skippi Ice Pops is all about for those who have not known us. Skippi Ice Pops is India's first ice popsicle brand, the simple ice Pepsi which you had in your school days, Bachpan ki Pepsi. We are the first manufacturers and brand creators of the ice popsicle category in India. And Skippi Ice Pops is made from 100% natural flavor, natural color, natural preservatives, and natural sweetener. It is made from a patented technology, and we are the patent owners of this entire process of manufacturing the ice popsicle, of making it 100% natural. Skippi Ice Pops is manufactured within our factory in Hyderabad, and Skippi is manufactured, distributed, and retailed in an ambient temperature in a liquid format itself. That means throughout the supply chain, there is absolutely no requirement of refrigeration or deep freezers whatsoever. That is the biggest USP of Skippi Ice Pops. And because it is natural, 100% natural, our customers trust us for the product that we have actually launched into the market. I will definitely touch base more about what Skippi is doing today, where it has reached in a short time.
Ravi, just wanted to interrupt and ask, have you shared the presentation? Because I'm only able to see the wallpaper of your phone.
Oh, is it? I have shared the screen itself. Let me try it again.
I guess it must have been closed in the recent tasks.
I'm so sorry. Let me try it again. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, hold on.
You might have to select the entire screen rather than a window, I think. Yes.
So I'm selecting the entire screen here, and I'm selecting quickly. Oops. Just give me a second. Sorry, my bad. Give me a second.
So Ravi, I believe that either the video will be paused if you share the screen, or you cannot do both the tasks simultaneously.
So maybe if you guys have the screen, the PPT with you, you can share it while I'll present it, if that's okay.
Yeah, we'll do it. No problem.
Just awesome. Even better. No sure. Issue. So I'll still continue to explain about Skippi. A little bit about the background of the founders here. Anuja, my wife, is a co-founder with me to build Skippi. She's a COO. Together, we have about 32 years of experience behind us in the F&B space. First 10 years, we have done business with our family, a family-driven business, manufacturing biscuits in Hyderabad and then exporting them to Middle East and Africa. Imported a lot of confectioneries brand from Europe, distributed them in India. And then 7 years, we decided to move to Australia. And in Australia, we worked for very large food and beverage brands like Krispy Kreme donuts. We worked for a very large group called George Weston Foods, which is $11 billion brand in Australia. And we also have worked, Anuja, on the other hand, has worked for a large contract manufacturer of confectionaries in Australia, who were supplying the private labeled confectionaries to Woolworths and Coles, which are the largest stores in Australia again. So all in all, 32 years of experience, hardcore experience in the F&B segment is what we have. Honestly, if you say something in finance or something in EV, I think we are not going to make it great because we are experts in food and beverages, and that's what we're trying to build here today. Just letting you know that the screen is showing a Zoom screen and not the presentation, but I'll still continue, and then you can catch up. Yeah, that's the presentation.
You might be able to see the screen. Yeah.
Yes, I can do it now. You can drop into the next few slides. Yeah, keep going. Yeah. All right. So let me just give you a little insight about the market here, right? Skippy basically has a huge potential to grow because it is a completely untapped market. As you would agree with me that today the ice cream market has actually taken 25 years to be a $2.2 billion market, right? But the challenges with ice cream industry has always been that the price point is at 70 rupees median price point across India, which is expensive for Indian consumers. And at the same time, ice cream manufacturing, distribution, retailing requires cold chain, cold rooms, cold vans throughout the supply chain. That is a very capital intensive market, and that is why ice cream took such a long time to grow. But imagine Skippy Ice Pops, which is a category creator, will actually take 12 to 15 years actually to surpass the category of ice creams altogether, because the price point at the highest level itself is 20 rupees, which is not at all heavy on the pockets of the consumer, and there is no refrigeration throughout the supply chain. Even the smallest of kirana stores can actually have Skippy with them, and that is the biggest USP that we are trying to create. We understand that the market has a lot of challenges in terms of ice popsicle. It is completely an unorganized market. We are the first player who are trying to organize it, and we are seeing that people are loving it for it. Because it is 100% natural, and we are coming up with a commitment towards quality at the same time. And further, we also understand the quality available in the market is absolutely substandard, right? On the screen now, what you see is basically the variants of ice popsicle that we have got. We started off with the first dark blue box, which you see on the screen, which we call the standard flavors. It has got the orange, the lemons, and the pineapple. And the green color bag, which you see, is a big family pack of 36 popsicle. All these products are again 100% natural, made from RO water. Very recently, we started off the 10 rupee price point popsicle also. It is not there on the screen today, but the 10 rupee price point ice popsicle has been doing great in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. The light blue box, which we call the Desi flavor box, is basically the Kala Khatta, Jaljeera, Ampana, Chili Guava, which typically people have had in the Baraf Gola format. We have brought that in the ice popsicle format. And all these variants have been doing significantly well. And of course, people might think that what is the next future of it? There are a lot of variants that we can actually bring up in the ice popsicle segment. We could bring in the mocktail flavors. We could bring in the energy drink flavors. We could bring in the iced tea variant. So ice popsicle itself as a market segment, we can expand further from here. To the next slide, we move on, which is talking and showing our new product introductions under the Skippy umbrella brand. That is Skippy Corn Sticks and Skippy Cream Rolls. Now, Skippy Corn Sticks is again first of its kind in India, which is a 12 centimeter long corn puffs. It is not fried, it is not baked, but it is rather extruded, which is healthy for you. And it is not made from palm oil. It is made from rice bran oil. So keeping the health quotient very constant, we are trying to bring innovative product. Corn sticks are positioned as a 4 p.m. snack, which is targeting the consumers at a metro city, at a corporate offices. But at the same time, we have seen mothers putting a single corn stick into the bag of a kid and saying, this is for your recess. Cream roll, on the other hand, we have all again raised up ourselves eating cream rolls from bakeries, but typically that are the 6 to 7 months of shelf life. Here, the cream roll are basically having a 6 months of shelf life. And the cream that you see on the screen is made from 100% natural color and natural flavor. The USP of the cream roll is that it is the 50% of shell and 50% of cream. That means when you bite on this cream roll, you will actually have a mouthful of cream available for you. And understand the way the product portfolio is being built. Corn stick unit price 15 rupees MRP. Cream roll unit price is 20 rupees MRP. Our ice popsicle is having a unit price of 10 and 20 rupees MRP. We are trying to create an amazing product portfolio within this price bracket so that we can target the same distribution channel, we can target the same retailer, and we can increase our revenue number by 4, 5, and 10x in the near future. And best part is the same team of executives who are selling and booking orders at the retailers will continue to sell the same product, and they don't even have to think twice whether your product have bikta hai or nahi bikta hai. Imagine if we had gone for a 200 rupee premium chocolate bar. All my channel partners would say that, okay, we cannot carry this product, we cannot sell it because it's too premium. That is why we are focusing on the 10 rupee to 40 rupee price point only. All right, let's continue to the next one. I think I've touched base upon the founders already, so we'll skip this slide. Now, there are a few important things that I want to mention on the investment merits here. First of all, we have a great leadership team. Anuja and I come from 30 plus years of experience in the F&B space, but all our team members on the ground. Today, Skippi has close to about 200 plus sales team in different parts of India. We are a total team of 250 to 300 people today. And all the team members are coming from brands like Wrigley's. They've come from brands like Dabur, HUL, etc. And having at least 15 to 20 years of experience in field sales. That is why we are able to develop a great distribution network across India. Talking about distribution network, most of the startup brands which come into the market take the easy path. They go to a path of selling online only and term themselves as the D2C brands. But what I believe strongly is online only cannot be profitable because of the commission structures of the platform, because of the margins that we share, and because of the logistics that we charge, that we get charged. We will hardly make any bucks. That is why we chose to be the offline only player. Of course, not offline only. We are an omni-channel platform product where we are selling offline predominantly, and we are also selling online, but not to the greatest extent. So to give you a breakup, 80% of our revenue comes from the offline industry, and about 20-25% of our revenue comes from the offline, from the online. It's an emerging market. The market in Australia, US, Europe, UK of the ice popsicle has been phenomenally big. Like, we have seen brands selling millions and $1 billion worth of popsicles in those markets. And those countries are much more colder, much more lesser densely populated than India. India, a population of 140 crores, and it's a very hot and humid market, which is completely untapped. So I strongly believe that it's a completely emerging market that we can focus on. And the sky is the limit. We can expand as much as we want and focus on creating a great team to build sustainable growth for our business for going forward. On to the next slide, please. So our journey so far. So we just started a little over 2 years from today. On 1st of April 2021, we launched the brand. But today, thanks to the fame that we got onto Shark Tank and thanks to the entire experience of our team in building the brand over the months, we are today at 20,000 outlets. When we were telecasted on Shark Tank, we were about 14 to 1500 outlets, and today we are at 20,000 outlets. And by March 31st, 2024, the end of financial year, we target at reaching about 40,000 outlets. Skippi is proud to say that we are being exported in 9 countries today: Dubai, which is UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Canada, New Zealand, Fiji, Singapore are few of the countries where Skippi is getting exported regularly. We see that there is a huge potential in the international market, and especially because I've done international exports in the past, I strongly believe that we can really expand our international markets, but still we have just touched the tip of the iceberg right now and will continue to grow from there. Of course, our patent also got granted this year to us, and I think way forward, adding 20,000 stores to 40,000 stores will not become a big challenge here. So on to the next slide, we can see a snapshot of what the company has achieved so far. Across India, we have a channel distribution partner of close to 400 plus today, which is a big achievement for us. These distributors, when they multiply from 4 to 500 to 1,500 and 2,000, likewise, our store count will increase. Likewise, our revenue will also multiply exponentially. This is the biggest strength as a startup that we have created, is a great infrastructure of distribution partners who are willing to stretch themselves to make sure that Skippi reaches the retail outlets. With Zepto, Swiggy, Instamart, and also Blinkit and Big Basket, where we are available, we touch upon more than 6,000 plus pin codes. We are available on Amazon, we are available on our own website, and all this is again a growing category. We will be continuing to focus on building our online presence also, because it's a great brand awareness exercise for us. 63 to 67% of gross profit is what we enjoy. We have currently 3 products: ice popsicle, corn sticks, and cream roll, and we'll continue to add more products into this. Last year, we have done close to about 22 crores of turnover. This year, we are confirmed and confident that about 34 crores of ARR is what we're going to be achieving. Month on month, 3 crores of MRR is what we are aiming at. So by this financial year end, March 31st, 34 crores is what we are targeting. And I think we are very confident in achieving it also. Yeah, the next slide, please. On the next slide, what you're seeing is typically our manufacturing units in Hyderabad. Very humble beginning, small units, but very capable. We have 2 in-house units. The real estate doesn't belong to us, but the entire machinery and the process belongs to us. And we have 1 contract manufacturer in Hyderabad within our family because we would want to protect the IP. We did not want to give it to a third party and then lose the entire secrecy and the confidentiality of our patented process. So all in all, today our manufacturing capacity is up to 6.5 crores per month only for the ice popsicle alone. Corn sticks and cream roll are outsourced to a third party contract manufacturer, and they put together has about 5 crores of monthly turnover that they can offer us. So Skippi is well placed to touch upon 75 crores of turnover in financial year ending March 2025. That is the target we are bringing into the market, and we are very confident of achieving it. Next slide shows about our market presence. We are available across 25 plus states today. We are available in all the top cities: Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Pune. We are in parts of Kashmir, Leh Ladakh. We are in Andaman Nicobar Islands. We are in Assam, Mizoram also. Why we were able to do such a good expansion is because of a best price point of only 20 rupees, which is not heavy on the pockets, and absolutely no refrigeration. So Kirana store will not even think twice to sell our product. And the best part is Skippi is being not sold just in the Kirana stores. It is being sold in bakeries. It is being sold in medical stores. It is being sold in even the toy stores, for example. And all these, we have not even covered the modern trades yet. Right, the modern trades are going to be a plan for the coming year, where we will touch base upon D-Marts and the Reliance of Hyderabad of India, who have already shown great interest to us. And very recently, we have done a contract with D-Mart, and we are starting off with Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. And by January, February, I am certain that we'll start talking about pan-India D-Mart presence for Skippi, which is a unique offering for D-Mart itself. All right, next slide shows the countries where we are present. I think I've touched upon it already. Yes, EV bikes. Now, this is something interesting that I want to touch base upon. Skippi basically has got a franchisee model also, which is running parallel to our distribution model. With franchisees, typically, it's a EV bike, which is branded with Skippi's LED lights and beautiful design. It has got a deep freezer mounted on the bike. The deep freezer has a capacity to run 10 hours at minus 14 degrees temperature. It holds up to 250 popsicles there. So typically a person, say, sitting in Nagpur who would want to become a master franchisee can buy 5 bikes from us by making upfront payments. And then with these 5 bikes, he can buy those popsicles from a local distributor of Skippi in Nagpur, so freeze the popsicle, and place these bikes in front of colleges, schools, metro stations, etc., and sell the consumer a frozen popsicle upfront. What does it help us with? It helps us with great branding, because the bikes are beautifully designed with Skippi logo on it. People turn around to see what is this new brand in the market. We are the first brand to be selling ice popsicles or anything, for example, on an EV bike with a deep freezer attached to it across India. It is a great exercise for us to let people try frozen popsicle, and once they love it, they will go to a store and buy the entire box itself. And thirdly, for a distributor, we are not competing with the distributors. The franchisees are actually complementing the distributors by allowing them to have an ice popsicle and in a frozen format, and they buy the entire stock from the distributor itself, from the local distributor. So distributor is happy that his stock is getting sold out quickly. Franchisee is happy that he's getting the stock quickly. I'm happy that my brand is getting awareness in the market by impulse or instant buying, and also creating a market awareness. And again, one point that I forgot to mention, even in the distribution part and also in the EV bikes, all our distributor partners pay us 100% advance money, and we do not offer credit to our distributor partners, which is where our working capital is also great in place always. And the only places where we offer credit is to the likes of Zepto and Swiggy, where payments are not majorly an issue. Even for a master franchisee to buy the five bikes, he has to pay us 12.5 lakh rupees upfront. And then we prepare the bike, we get it ready in 20 days, and then we dispatch it out to Nagpur, as in this example that I've stated to you. All right, the next slide. So, okay, we can skip. Yeah, we can go to the next one. So the next slide here talks about our unit economics, manufacturing of an ice popsicle, packaging in a primary packaging of laminate, monobox and carton typically comes to us at 6 rupees, and we sell it to a CNF at 12.7 rupees including tax, which gives us a healthy 67% margin there, right? And we have good margins for our CNFs. We have super stockists in place. We have distributors in place, and then these distributors then typically supply to the retailers. So we have absolutely good margins for our channel partners, and that is why they're super excited to partner with us. So that's the margin structure there. And even for cream roll and corn stick, it is completely outsourced manufacturing. We do not manufacture in-house, but we still enjoy 63% margin in corn sticks, and we enjoy about 60% margin in the cream roll as well. The next slide is just a quick glance at the patented certificate. I don't think we can spend time much on it. In terms of branding, I'm sure you will all agree that we are very active on social media platforms. You can visit our Instagram page. You can see our YouTube channels. You can look out for posts on LinkedIn as well. We are active in all the social media activities. We are active in BTL activities. We do a lot of in-store branding. We put up posters, danglers, cash countertops in different retail outlets also, which brings a lot of awareness, right? And the next slide is a slide about our investors. All the Shark Tank's judges, like I see, you can say Aman Gupta, Anupam Mittal, Ashneer Grover, Namita Thapar, Piyush Bansal, Vinita Singh, all of these are investors with Skippi, and they continue to be our investors because of the confidence there. Just to give you a market overview, again, I want you to understand that Skippi does ice popsicle as a category does not have a direct competition today. We do not have a direct competition because we are the largest players, and we will continue to be the market leaders even in the near future. But there is a indirect competition from the ice cream, soft drink, or even the confectionery industry. Reason being that people might think of having ice popsicle versus ice cream. Or parents might say that instead of giving a carbonated drink to my kids, I might rather give a natural ice popsicle, Skippi ice popsicle to my kids. So we are seeing that this 20 rupee price point is very magical for us. We are seeing great traction. But by showing these three categories, what I'm trying to suggest to you and make you understand is the category also will go thousands of crores in value in the next coming 10 to 15 years. This is our first mover advantage. Today, we are talking about 34, 37 crores ARR. Next year, 75 crores. And in the next 4 to 5 years alone, I will be not surprised if we are achieving 500 to 600 crores of revenue only in the ice popsicle segment. Every other product which we introduce will only be adding to our revenue. But ice popsicle alone will be a game changer in India, and we will continue to be the market leaders in this particular category. The next slide, please. So yeah, I think I've covered most of the slides here. And now that's it. Competitive landscape, I've already spoken about very briefly here. 4 P's of growth. Of course, product pricing placement is absolutely perfect. Pricing 20 rupees. Placements are happening in all the retail outlets. The product is amazing. People love the quality, love the taste. And the price point is absolutely phenomenal. 20 rupees in India today is the killer. We focus ourselves to be a mass premium brand. We do not try to focus on the mass segment right now, which is the daily wager of the family. You know, people who go on a daily wage, they are not our target customers today. Everybody who's educated and who understands the value of quality by offering natural products, they are our customers today, and that is what we target. 63% of our customers are today 30 plus years of age. People who are born up in 80s and 90s who understand that the ice popsicle was something that they have had in the school days, they are our biggest customers today. So yeah, we can move to the next slide. I think I've already touched base upon our product strategy. We will continue to add more products in the bakery section, in the snacking section, because snacking is going to be a massive boost in the coming 10 years of Indian economy. And our price point is going to be very straightforward. Anything which is 10 rupees to 40 rupees is what is Skippi we're going to be targeting on, and we will increase our product portfolio likewise. Yeah, that's about it. Of course, the next slide you can go into now. This is our future projections. Like I was saying, we will be on DMart very soon. We have already signed the contract. Reliance has also reached out to us. We are going to be in multiple modern trade outlets, which is again a huge opportunity for us. Even in Zepto, Swiggy, Cred, Insta, and other platforms, there is a huge opportunity waiting for us to grow further there. We will increase our distribution channel to 1,500 people, and then probably about 2,500 distributors in the short coming time. And that will allow us to reach 1 lakh outlets. A brand which is doing 20,000 outlets today has done so much. Imagine what would happen when we touch 40,000 outlets and when we touch 1 lakh outlets. We are going to be quadrupling our revenues year on year, the way we are growing today. And of course, we are also heavily focusing on PR campaigns, media activities. We are all over the place in social media. A lot of people call us for events and activities. They call me as a speaker. There are a lot of places where press is writing about us, and we are very actively involved in creating a brand awareness across different platforms, whether it is social media influencer, whether it is a press meet or anything else. So all in all, this is the growth of Skippi, the entire journey for the last 2 years and 5 months today. And I'm happy to take questions. Guys, can you confirm to me if the questions are going to be narrated out to me, or how does it work?
Yeah, Ravi, the questions would be narrated. So before starting off with the questions, I would like to thank you for walking us throughout the pitch deck of Skippi. The company's future journey definitely looks promising. Now, I would like to ask Mehul sir to unmute themselves and just question forward.
Yeah. Thanks, Ravi, for the presentation. So I would just like to welcome all the investors again on the pitch call. And I would just like to narrate one experience which I had during this Diwali when we as a family went to Portugal and Spain. And being typical Gujarati and pure vegetarian, we had a discussion in the family कि किसको कौन सी चीज अच्छी लगती है जो हम नाश्ता है जो भी कैरी करे. And my kid, who is of 7 years, he insisted कि नाश्ता वास्ता आप देख लो, but I'm going to take Skippy Pops, which I already bought from my pocket money, to Europe, so ensure that in case वहाँ पे खाना vegetarian नहीं मिले, what should he have in replacement of food. So that was his insistence, and we did carry that. So that is the level of penetration which you already explained, and which we all have been quite a surprise, because when we saw the pitch on Shark Tank, it was a belief that it will be more of D2C or more of ordering on the website. But the way the penetration has been shown across the nation, it has been really good. To start with, two questions from my side, Ravi. The first one being, if we are profitable, can't we fund most of the cost from the revenue itself? Like, why do we need 12 crore? Or exactly what is the cash flow negative major item which you feel where this 12 crore would be deployed? And second question, I would like to understand more about the arm's length price with the related party transactions which we have as a manufacturer. So वो दो चीज पे I would like to know more on it.
Sorry, Mehul, what was the second question? I didn't get that.
Second question, I want to understand, like although I think the 6 crore investor would be better to know the arm's length price. So like how do we define whatever money is going to come from the Skippy Pop company to a related party in terms of manufacturing? How do we ensure that profit is not shifted from the company in which we are the investors to proprietorship concern of your related party? तो उसमें वो कितना प्राइस रहेगा और वो कैसे इंश्योर हो सकता है?
Right. Okay. Firstly, Mehul, thanks a lot for sharing your son's experience with us. Really appreciate it. It was really cute of him to push Skippi in your vacation there. At least the brand gets a little bit more awareness in the European markets also then very soon. To answer the first part of question, which you are focusing in terms of what is the first part of the question? Sorry.
So I wanted to know the deployment of 12 crore, because I understand that considering
why do we need funds?
Revenue, why you need funds?
Cool. So Mehul, firstly, let me tell you that one of the reason why we are trying to raise funds is we want to grow faster. Like I told you, we are the first brand, right? And there is always a challenge that You want to go really fast, expand very fast, and occupy the shelf space of the retailer. जो बंदा जो ब्रांड वो रिटेल स्पेस कमा लेता है, उसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन और उसका फ्यूचर सेट है. I'll give you an example. Imagine that अगर मैं कोई केचप का ब्रांड बनाता and I would have gone to the store owner would tell me, भैया ऑलरेडी मेरे पास 3 केचप के ब्रांड्स है यार, आप हट जाओ यहाँ से, आप चले जाओ यहाँ से, because the shelf space is very limited. It's a real estate business for the retailer also. So we want to really spread fast before there is any other brand which comes up. We want to make sure that we occupy not 1 lakh outlets. Even if somebody helps me with reaching out to 5 lakh outlets, I'm very ambitious about it, but we want to scale up fast. Even though we can reintroduce our profits into the business, but the growth will be very, very slow then. And I think that is not the way I should be building a business. I need to cover 1 lakh outlets, put my foot on the door and say, hey, I'm already here, so there's no room for others. That is a reason why we're trying to raise funds, so that we can increase our team size, we can increase our product portfolio, and we can go very faster expanding our retail touchpoints across India. Then the second point in terms of the contract manufacturing, we have a very written documented agreement format in terms of our contract manufacturer, which we have not just for the ice popsicle, but also for corn sticks and cream roll. Where most of the time, even for corn sticks, it's an exclusive contract, legally binded. Cream roll is an exclusive contract with limitations to the cream being natural. And we have a contract manufacturer in Hyderabad for the ice popsicle as well. So we are very due diligent in terms of our paperwork and the process that we are providing. And every single rupee in the organization is black and white. There is absolutely no way that money can get transferred from point A to point B without having a clear justification of the purpose of the cause. So I hope that answers your question there.
Yes, sir. We can take up other questions. Devesh, you can take up the questions in the chat.
Sure thing. So we have been receiving a lot of questions. I would request Ravi to answer them as and when I repeat. So first question is from Khushi. She wants to know details about the product-wise revenue and what is your hero product.
Khushi, my hero product is and will always remain the ice popsicle. Skippi will always be known as an ice popsicle brand first, and as another product secondary. I would say that Skippi Ice Pops is the hero brand for us, hero product for us. Everything else is a supporting starcast to it. They are not going to be the major player game changers for us, but we have introduced them to increase our revenue share there. Corn sticks and cream roll we have very recently added in the month of August. That is why I wouldn't say that they have penetrated deeper into the market yet. But at the same time, even today, 90% to 95% of our revenue is ice popsicle, and the rest is the cream roll and corn sticks. Going forward 3 years down the line, 65% to 70% of our revenue will still come from ice popsicle. 35 to 40% of the revenue will come from the non-ice popsicle products, if that is what I can answer you with.
Moving forward to the next question. Now we have one prospective investor and also a user of your products. So we have question from Mr. Abhinyu Singhi. He has personally used your products after watching you on Shark Tank. He had some issues with the quality. Also, some ice pops weren't able to freeze even after he tried for a month to put them into freezer. Have you faced any issues or have you received such feedback earlier? And what are the changes in the product tech that you are making to avoid such cases moving forward?
Right. So we did face these challenges in the initial time of launching the product, where let's understand that Skippi Ice Pops is not like how Vinita Singh had stated on the episode that night. It's not just water, flavored water and sugar in it. There are a lot of ingredients, which is very healthy, and that is why it makes it so tasty and delicious in the first place. So when you are adding a lot of ingredients in the ice popsicle, sometimes the freezing point tends to increase, which turns out to be very challenging for a lot of Indian households to freeze it. But this challenge has come for less than 2% of our consumers only. For the rest 98% of the people, absolutely no challenges there. We work every year to change our ingredients to suit Indian deep freezers pattern of consumers. I'm not trying to point it out at you at all, but a lot of consumers today believe that if you reduce the temperature to -1 or 2 degrees or -4 degrees, the bill might come exceedingly high, which is actually not the case. But and then a lot of consumers tell us that मेरा पानी तो freeze हो गया, आपका क्यों नहीं हुआ? It is not just water that we are selling. There are a lot of ingredients to it. But we acknowledge this challenge with, like I said, less than 2% of the consumers do face it. We tend to replace the stock, and we are working. And last year to this year, we have seen more than 50% of these problems getting sorted out. But we are still working towards rectifying it better to suit Indian consumers and their deep freeze requirements.
Also, a follow-up question, another question from Mr. Abhimanyu. So I guess this was answered later on your pitch call, that going forward, are you looking to expand your distribution network, or are you going to introduce new product categories, which you mentioned that you will be launching bakery categories?
Yeah. So new products will definitely get launched. First, the existing distributor will get a hold of those new categories. Then the new distributors will get launched, and gradually we'll start adding products to them as well.
Now we have Krishna, who has a question regarding the seasonality of the products. So, so will the majority of the revenue be concentrated around just summer and holidays? And how will you manage the seasonality of Skippi?
So firstly, I will tell you that the only seasonal challenge that we sometimes face is during the monsoon season, which is about 2 to 3 months period of time. And that is why we added more products to our portfolio, so that we can balance off the seasonality impact over there. But let me tell you, September, October, November, December, even January, we do not face any challenges. Especially down south, there is absolutely nothing called winter over here. So we have no changes in the down south consumption pattern. Yes, to a few weeks in the north where it is extreme cold, we might see a drop in sales. But let's understand that ice cream industry also gets sales in winters. It's not that they go bust in winter with a zero sale. We also see great amount of sales happening in the winter seasons also. And summer is extremely crazy. So it offsets, or it takes the large portion of our overheads off during the summer sales.
Also, could you give more clarity on what is the patent actually for, and how does it protect you from any other copycat brand who's trying to enter the ice pop market?
See, the patent is about the crystallization of ice, right? Whether you are freezing Skippi ice pops for 3 days or 300 days, the minute you open it, it will always be soft and crunchy ice only. It will not be a hard ice cube which you cannot bite on. So this patent is for the crystallization of ice, but the entire process at the back end to make this crystallization of ice is very complicated. So we have patented the entire process there.
Also,
and just to answer the second part of question, today patent does protect us to a very large extent because nobody can replicate our quality. But the distribution channel that we have built upon is going to be our biggest game changer. Not every startup can actually build this kind of a infrastructure of channel partners.
Also, Ravi, could you quickly bifurcate between the 34 crore rupees sales for the FY24 year? Could you bifurcate between the franchising fee and the actual sales? For the
franchisee fees we do not consider as an entire revenue, because we are not in the biking business. The popsicle that gets sold off from the bike is considered as a revenue. Because typically we are getting the payment, we are buying the bike and sending away the bike. So it doesn't come as a revenue for us. It is just a transaction for us. 34 crores will predominantly be with our products only.
All right. Since you also mentioned about the newer model, that the biking model, how does the EV cost compare to Quality Wall's card, and how different is their working or the financial module?
So this is a good question, because both of them have merits and demerits. Now, typical Quality Wall's push cart, somebody can buy it at 70,000 rupees also. But there are limitations in this push carts. Have we ever wondered why a push cart is not standing there in a daytime throughout the night time? Because the push cart does not have a deep freezer which is generating cold air. It is maintaining cold air. There is a difference in generation and maintenance. That is why typically a ice cream vendor would stand at 6 p.m. in the evening and wind up by 11 or 12 in the midnight and go back home. Because by then the ice cream would start melting. And there is a limitation for the push cart vendor to push across to 1 or maximum 2 kilometers, not beyond that. And there is no opportunity for refill in case if it gets sold out. But with EV bikes, there is a mobility comfort. Take the bike, and probably go for 5 kilometers or 7 kilometers as far as you want to just hit a proper school, finish the stock, come back for refilling, again go back into it. And we are giving a deep freezer which is connected to a battery in the bike, which is not just maintaining temperature, but it is generating temperature of -14. So popsicles are rock solid frozen, and consumers can buy the popsicle. So typically with our business model, we do not let franchisee do only 5 hours of business. It's a 12 to 18 hours of business. I've got franchisees standing in the morning times in front of schools. I have seen them standing at 12 o'clock in corporate parks. I've seen them 2:30 in front of colleges, 3:30 back in front of schools, 5:36 in front of metro stations when the corporates finish his job. And even in the night, I've seen bikes standing in front of clubs and pubs where people have been dancing across the whole night, tired. They come out and they grab a popsicle. So that's the mobility that we have solved over there. The break even of a bike is between 6 to 8 months only. Whereas if you are actually looking at setting up a, say, milkshake franchisee or something, the interior cost itself will cost you 25 lakhs and the break even will take 24 to 36 months over there. But with Skippi franchisee bikes, within 8 to 10 months, we are done. Break even.
Also, a follow-up question on the same. So, in what cities have you deployed the EV franchising model? And do you have any videos of the same which you could share?
We have deployed franchisee bikes in multiple cities, including Surat, Ahmedabad, Kashmir, Bihar. We have in Chennai, we have in Delhi. Multiple places we have got it. And in terms of looking up on the video, I think I have a video right up over here. I can share it with you. But let me help you. We'll continue on the next question and then I'll bring up the video also.
No problem. Then we have a question from Krishna, who is just a second. I would request all the participants to please mute themselves. Yeah. So moving forward, so who has invested 6 crore rupees in the similar round, and have there been the previous fundraisers?
My previous fundraise has only been Shark Tank India, where we had raised 1.2 crores. The entire everybody has witnessed it. The 6 crores has been committed from a serial entrepreneur who has recently taken an exit from a medical company's investment, which he had invested when the company was a startup. And he's invested in a lot of startups. His name is Mr. Kanaka Rao, and a very vivid person in terms of supporting startups, etc. He came down to our office, was with us for almost 2 full days, understood the entire documentation process, what we do, the entire manufacturing process, understood whether what was the vision of us as a founder, and then he moved forward onto this.
Moving forward to the next question, we have a question from Rajan Patel, who is asking whether if you are profitable for this current year and what is your exit pattern and exit strategy for the investors.
Okay, so to answer this question, last March financial year, operationally, we were profitable. The reason we were not profitable on the books also, I will tell you very clearly. Last year, we had a production capacity of about 2.5 to 3 crores per month. That is it. But our order book value was about 5.5 to 6 crores a month. In the month of March, we had 6 crores of orders with us, but we could not fulfill these orders. We bought the entire expenses of raw material in the month of March, but the deliveries were booked out or the shipments are happening in the month of April. So the revenue got booked out in April, but the expenses got booked in March. And that is why EBITDA negative is being shown on our books because the revenues got booked out in April. But this year, because our production capacity has now increased up to 7 crores, we are very confident that this year our books will show profitability on it. And yeah, I think that answers your question, right?
There's another question.
Yeah. Sorry, I have the video with me. If you allow me, I can share it right away.
If you could just provide the link in the chat, I guess that will work.
Perfect. I'll do that also. Yeah.
Also, moving forward to the next question, we have a question from Kirthika, so basically a lot of investors have been asking for a breakup of your total sales into popsicles, corn sticks, and cream rolls. So if you could quickly provide the numbers.
So, like I said, today, in today's scenario, the corn stick is been about 1 crore only. We have recently launched it. Cream roll is about 85 lakhs. We have again recently launched it. So today, as we speak today, we have already done about 22 crores of turnover, and 20 crores have already come from the ice popsicle alone. And summer is right next to the corner. We will continue to grow on ice popsicle itself in the next 3 months also. I would say that corn sticks, cream roll, and any other product in the future will take time after March to progress in their numbers.
Also,
I've shared the link on the chat box if somebody wants to look at a EV bike.
all right. Could you quickly let us know about your spend on marketing? And also, there are similar brands existing with cream in the cream roll space. So what is your push strategy?
We do not heavily spend on marketing, to be honest, because the brand itself had a lot of exposure on Sony TV, Shark Tank India. But typically speaking, if somebody is concerned about CAC, which is customer acquisition cost, the way we do it, and because we are an offline player and everything is not digitally available to us online, the way we do it is we divide the number of popsicles per year with the amount of spends in marketing, and then we get a CAC, which is 83 paisa on a popsicle. Now, when I say marketing, let me be very clear in telling you, it is all about digital marketing where influencers, etc. are used. It is also the Zeptos and Swiggy advertising cost. It is also the T-shirt that my guy wears, carrying Skippi brand. It is all the posters, danglers, cash counter tops that we provide to the retailer. All these come under the marketing cost, and that when it is divided for the number of popsicles that we sell, 83 paisa per popsicle is our customer acquisition cost, which is phenomenally low in the industry.
So I believe
I'll
that
just grab some
pretty much
water.
sums up. Yeah. I guess we are also done with some questions. The questions which have not been entertained as of now, the answers for the same have already been mentioned in the pitch deck. The pitch deck will be shared to all the investors for their reference. For example, product shelf life and the use of 12 crore rupees and etc. that have been already asked in repeated questions. So I think that's it. All the questions have been answered. Thank you so much, Ravi. I believe there are no more doubts. To repeat the deal term again, just a second, I would like to repeat the deal terms again.
While you do that, everyone, thanks a lot for being a part of my pitch today. I'm looking forward to build Skippi into 1,000 crore brand in the next couple of years. I'm sure that if you're confident, and which you are, join us and let's make Skippi a household brand in the next couple of years. 1,000 crores is going nowhere. It's an open market for 140 crore population. So be a part of our journey.
So investors, just for your reference, the instrument type is CCD. The total ask is of 12 crore rupees, out of which 6 crore have been successfully committed. The pre-money valuation is of floor at 60 crores and cap at 90 crores. The minimum ticket size for investment is 3 lakh rupees. For any further details, queries or questions, you can reach out to our investment partner Neha. And thank you for being the part of the call, Ravi. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Have a good evening and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.